All right. So we're back. Got a little kitty over here scratching her scratching post. Hope you all had a nice little break. I did get up and stretch my legs a little bit. Grimhawk Gaming is stoked. Thanks, Grimhawk Gaming. I'm happy you're stoked about this. I have a lot of fun doing this. This is interesting. There are complex challenges to address here, and whew, I'm pretty new to all this. Even though I've been working in games for 10 years, it's rare that I try to make a game on my own. I'm not a programmer, so your help is proving invaluable here. So, let's hop back over to the game screen. So what do we have? We've got the design document, which now has a high level of the game. And then we've got some information about it. Yep. Basic implementation, sure. And we've got the game. The game itself just flows through a splash screen. So Twitch makes games. You can click to go to the main screen, AI mind disorder. You can start to go into game. You can hit escape to pause the game, escape to unpause the game, continue to unpause the game, quit out to the main screen. Quit button doesn't do anything because we don't know how to do that yet. That's okay. Paisy160 doesn't have a chance to watch the stream, but my beard is super impressive. Thanks, Paisy160. I will never complain about someone coming into chat and leaving a little bit of good vibes in their passing, so thank you. How many weeks per game is it? Well, the idea is not to make one game a week because I'm only spending about 2 hours a week on it, and all of it's on stream, so whew. Yes, VODs are available on YouTube, so you can go back and watch the last 3 Twitch Makes Games streams on YouTube. One game a week I think could be doable if I were doing it full time or if I were spending a lot more hours per week doing it. Yeah. But at the moment, since I work a full-time job and also want to stream other things, I'm not spending very much time a week on it. That's okay. We're here to learn a little bit each week and constantly be growing our knowledge how to make games. What's important is that we have heart. We have each other. If I end up becoming a full-time streamer with 8 hours of stream a day, I will dedicate some percentage of that to game dev streaming. One whole Roller Coaster Tycoon game a week, Steven. It's what the people want. Yeah, I bet it is. We've made a happy class, 2 happy classes. We've made a happy list to contain one of our happy classes. We've created a name, a last name, the job position of this mind. And then we have clues, but we can't know clues until we know whether or not this mind has a body. Well, that's not really true, right? Because you could have a mind that has information about itself, but it just doesn't match any body. So we know that we're going to have to create clues for all minds. But we don't want to do it yet. I want to do it later. I want to iterate through the all minds, and I want to add clues then. And I think I don't yet want to define which mind has a body. BMacBook is making an awesome logo for us. Twitch Makes Games. Twitch Makes Games. Yeah. That's pretty great. Man, for some reason, I see a little bit of Twitch Makes Gomez, but I love it. I'm gonna save it. Save image as logo2.png. We've saved it in the same spot. Let's come down here, logo2.png. Let's go to the scene, splash screen. Oh, we're already there. Oh, sprite logo. We're gonna fill it with logo2 and see how that looks. There we go. Hit that play button. Twitch makes games. That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. No lie. That's a cool thing. What if we go 2, 2, and 2? Twitch makes games. Look at that. That's so cool. What's the penalty for putting a mind in the wrong body? Maybe flipping the Twitch icon would make it look more like an A. I don't know, it's hard. That's the thing about games development, and it's something that I'm super, super used to, but I don't know how used y'all are to it, is that sometimes you make a thing, and there's just like a little tiny problem with it, and you have to do it like 10 times before you finally figure out how to solve the little tiny problem. Or maybe you just make something completely different. But I love the look and feel of that logo. I'm gonna leave it for now because I really want to get this thing done. Okay, I want to do some things. We're initializing the BIOS. We've added the mind. We've added a number of minds. Okay, and then for each let's go. Let's look up for each. For each. C#. Boop. For each in C#, the for each statement repeats a group of embedded statements for each element in the array. So, for each element in array. So, for each mind. Mind in all minds. Sure. Yeah. And then all I'm going to do is like debug log some information so that we generate like 5 minds and then we just see the information about it. Screw quaternions. Damn right, Danny Letcher. Those things are evil. Okay, for each mind, we're going to do some debug logging. Debug log unity. Let's take a look. Debug.log. Okay, so debug.log. Let's see. Mind number. Let's see how we get the for each index. You can maintain a count of the elements in the collection. It's true. There's no actual way to do that. Element number. Interesting. I think this is what it's telling me to do right now. It's like, yes. Name, oops, name plus mind dot first name. Is that how I'm getting it? Let's non-invocable member cannot be used like a method. Okay, how do we get the first name of a mind? Mind dot get. First name is a field, mind dot first name. Look at that, there it is. Mind dot first name. Okay, cool. Debug dot log. Mind dot first name plus space plus mind dot last name. There we go. Job. What is it? Job position. And that's all we have. For each mind, that's all the information that we have at that point in time. Okay. How many languages can I speak? I can speak English and a little bit of French. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we've done some stuff in code, but we don't have anything set up in the game that actually does anything with the code that we've just set up. But in the console, we should see some stuff. So let's see. Look at this. Okay, here we go. So mind number, whatever, name 0, McLast 0, job position 5. Mind number, whatever, name 1, McLast 1, job position 4. Name 2, McLast 2, job position 3. So yeah, we are creating 5 minds. Name 0 through name 4. And 5 different job positions, position 5 through position 1. We're not, like this index isn't right, but that's okay. We will figure out how to correct that. So, we are properly creating the functions. So let's, so int mind count equals 0, and then mind count plus plus mind number equals number plus mind count. There. Save, build, do. That's all good. Play. And now we've spat out a whole bunch of stuff. So mind number 1 is name 0, McLast 0. Its job is position 5. Mind number 2 is name 1, McLast 1. Its job is position 4, etc., etc., etc. So There we have it. Okay. Like, let's, whoops, come back. Let's give a little more flavor here. Like, this feels a little dry at the moment. So let's do some names. Let's do names. So what do we want to use for names? Do we want to use an array or what? A list? Another list? I'm feeling run down. A little low on energy tonight. Took a little nap before I did this. 20 minutes. You're going to hear me opening a peppermint patty at the moment. So, arrays, we're going to make a string array. String first names equals new string. And then, what do we want to do? We want to create a list of names. All right, chat. Everybody put a first name into chat. Any first name. It could be yours, but it doesn't have to be. Sherlock. Farkrada. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna scroll up. This is great. Grace, Ryan, Bob, Michael, Daniel. Now at some point we might want to have to account for male first names and female first names. Martin, but at the moment we're not worrying about that. Latavius, Jacob. We have a happy little series of happy little names. Lucas, John, Leonard, Leonardo, Natalie. Good name. Voctor. Sure, Voctor. Dylan. Laszlo. If you're still putting out names, you can stop. I have plenty. Thank you. Carl. Adolf. Sure. Okay. Adolf. Kevin. Maya. It me JP. Gregor. You kids. Freddie. Lowndes. Harry. Christoph. Brian. Ryan and Brian. Nika. Hector. Natalie I've already got. Bob Ross. Bob will be there, and we'll have to put Ross in the second one. John Paul. Caesar. Horkenfriend. Nicholas. Samantha. Oh my gosh. Kitty. Kiska will be here. Anthony. Okay, I think that's enough. I'm sorry if I didn't get to your name, but you guys came through like the Dickens. Look at that. Tons of names. Not much gender representation. I think that the names in chat, or the names that chat suggested, generally probably tend to reflect the gender of chat. That's what I would suspect. But when we move forwards and we're making male and female minds and bodies, we will probably have a male names and a female names list. Okay, last names. Let's do last names. String last names equals new string. So how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 35 last names. Kruger, Ross. McDan, Relte, Markland, Reynolds, Night Sass, Withman, McNeil, Lumpkin, Jingles, Lake, Plant, Colton's, Rando, McBeal, Zanzelson, Hammond, Polsky, Coble, Steen, Tannhäuser, Norson, Aerospy is saying make a last name list, then make a list that combines the same index to make a full name. Involve index n. We want to randomly choose a first name and a last name. Higgins. Grigorovich. $55 to $90 is what we need. Richie. Cena. Jakes. Fritz. Orton. Esterhazy. Eszdtrhazy. Norvasser. Valrashi. Picard. Kimbrough. Skywalker. Okay, and that's going to do it for our names. We've got a lot of almighty names. We've got two almighty arrays of happy little names here. So we're going to parentheses, semicolons there, and we'll build it. Okay, there we go. Great. Savage, Benner, Hendricks, Clarkson, McGloop. I'll add McGloop. Okay, cool. So now we've got last names, we've got first names, we can combine the two. So what we're doing is we are assigning not just any first name or last name. We're not just like name 1, name 2, name 3, etc., etc., etc. But we're going to randomly select a first name and we're randomly going to select a last name. Yeah, so Hyrule Spy is saying, try to give unique names, imply some kind of story to the universe, even tiny bits and pieces to give the game some internal interesting story, even if it's small. They recommend not trying to make too many references, as you can create an atmosphere that makes people interested in the world you present. Who knows, maybe there will even be interest for people or you to expand the same universe further in another game. Even tiny games like this can present interesting worlds and ideas. So I am only populating this list. I'm only populating this list with random names at the moment, but I think later we will go through and we will create universe-centric names. It has to be a list. Clonza, I don't actually think it does have to be a list. I'm going to try it with an array. And I'm not actually too concerned about removing names from the list because I think it makes sense to have the possibility of people with same names. I don't know. Whatever. Golden WH says it's probably bad to have so many names because it could make it harder to debug. I don't know. I'm not terribly worried about the accuracy of debugging the number of names on the list. I rest pretty confident in the use of arrays and names. Okay. So we need to get a random integer. Random integer, C#. Integer. C#. How do I generate a random int number in C#? The random class. So we create a new random class. Can we do that? Do I have the right? Yeah, I do. Random RND equals new random. Okay, so this equals let's do first equals no. Int first equals RND dot next 1 comma and then I want the length of the array as the maximum, so first names dot length I think is it. First names dot length and then int last equals RND dot next 1 to last names dot length. So first name equals first names first. This is going to be equal to last names last. I think that's going to do it for us. Nope, something weird. Right, because it's not a parentheses because we're defining characteristics. Oh, something weird. UnityEngine.render does not contain a definition for next, so no extension method next accepting list, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so we're going to look at the random class and see what I need to include in order to be using it. System.object. I think that should do it. Nope. System.object is not a namespace. Wow, weird. Okay, what? What am I doing wrong, chat? I haven't been looking at you and you're probably yelling at me. No, Danny Letcher said that that's what I should be doing. 0 to first name dot length. You're right. -1. Okay, so I should move this outside of the for loop. You're right. So this is weird, doing weird things. Random is an ambiguous reference between UnityEngine.random and System.random. Do I need to do that? System.random? Okay, so what's Unity random? Let's see. Unity random. Random scripting API. Random float number. What if I want to generate a random integer in Unity? Random int. Random.range returns a random float between min and max. Parameters. Description. Public int. Okay. Here's what we need to do. Int. Random.range. Or do I need to just not even declare anything? I just need to say random.range. Random.range between 0 and that. Random.range. Let's save that and then see what happens. So that's gone. F8. Still an ambiguous reference between UnityEngine.random and System.random. How do I disambiguate the reference? All right, backseat programmers, tell me, how do I make it clear to the game that I want to be using the Unity random? Remove system using. Whoops. Get away. Get thee away, system. Oh, it built successful. Ta-da! Or system.random every time I use random. Define the library before its function name. Farcrata. Farcrata is very, very serious about it. I'm teasing you, Farcrata. I can tell that you just had caps lock on and you didn't mean to do that. Okay, great. So like, let's run it and see what kind of fun names we come up with. Oh boy. All right, here we go. Oh boy, here we go. So mind number 1 is Brian Reynolds. Position 5 is the job. Mind number 2 is Laszlo Norson. Mind number 3 is Sherlock Plant. Mind number 4 is Jacob McBeal, and mind number 5 is Brian McNeil. McBeal and McNeil. That's awesome. I did not have system in my namespaces originally, Golden WH. This is fun. Brian McNeil, Jacob McBeal. Like, are the McBeals and McNeils possibly hating each other? Or are they friendly? Let's generate some new names. Let's go. Let's clear out those names. Here's another set of 5. Oh, I saw a lumpkin in there. Nicholas Jingles. It Me JP Jingles. Oh shit! We've got the brothers Jingles. We've got the brothers Jingles. Brian Norson, Dylan Lumpkin, and Carl Jakes. That's so amazing. Oh dear lord, this is really hilarious. I'm drunk enough for this to be really, really funny right now. The brothers Jingles. Okay. Cool. Cool. The Jingle Bros. Jingle Bros, Jingle Bros. Let's see again. Okay, here we go. More. Brian Jakes. Who wrote Redwall? Because I think that might be it. It is, except that his name is spelled with an I instead of a Y. So we have like the descendant of the author of Redwall here in our mind banks. Michael Rando. Freddie McDandan. Imi JP Fritz. And Natalie Grigorovich. That is a great random chance thing there. Yes, Hyrule Spy, we will definitely have random personality and mind creation later in game dev. A list of traits, allowing for minor tweaks to avoid contradictions. Or like you can have, I'm going to spoil something about Roller Coaster Tycoon. Peeps have traits. So you can have like fit peeps and fat peeps, but the fit and fat traits share a group ID. Peeps can only have one trait from each group ID, so that a peep can never have both fit and fat. So that's exactly the sort of thing that we're going to do. Eulalia! Okay, awesome. This is... Gato Pantalones is so happy that they're responsible for Idme JP jingles. Okay, this is really fun. Allow for relationships similar to Sagas of the Icelanders. Yeah, I do want relationships so that it makes the decision of who to bring back more interesting from a human perspective. Yeah, so it's not supposed to be, yeah, fit and fat. Yes. Off to Kotaku. Yeah, please, nobody ever tell Kotaku about my game. Grimhawk Gaming, thanks for hanging out for a while. We're probably going to wind things down here in a little bit. So you didn't miss much, or you won't be missing much, but thank you for coming out and hanging out. Fit and fat are representations of body types, not general health. So let's see. But maybe I need to change the names. What do we need to do? So we've generated some minds. Once we have a set of minds, we want to create a set of bodies. Okay, so I'm going to put this here. Create the minds. Hi, Kiska, come here. So this is the debug stuff. I'm going to just comment this out, but this is debug mind stuff. Kitty Meow should become a possible name for the generator. Totally. Okay, and now bodies. We need to create some bodies, but the only things that we have for bodies is which mind the body belongs to, and then clues. Okay, so we want, I'm going to just make an arbitrary decision here and say that there are, how many minds did we create? We created 5 minds. So let's create 3 bodies. Sure. So it's going to become another for loop. For int I equals 0, I less than num of bodies, oops, of bodies, I plus plus, and then create the bodies. Yeah, there are more minds. There are more minds than bodies. Yes. Golden WH, currently there is very little tying things together, and that's because all I'm trying to build right now is the very, very basic, down at the very bottom, fundamental game experience of we have a mind, we have a body, some of the minds belong to some of the bodies, and we can assign them together, and then the game says, yes, you did it right. What we will be building towards in the future is a more subtle system of clues that use the names, that use subtler clues about the minds. Are the bodies' minds being rewritten, or are they blank? The bodies, we're trying to reunite the minds with the proper bodies, is what we're trying to do. I think. We're not entirely sure yet. Right now, we're just purely implementation mode. So, body, new body, equals new body. Beautiful. Zadroke Q is saying, if I'm going to have a lot of names and other information about the people and then want to save that data and then use it next time the game is run, they suggest looking at SQLite to add a database. And probably our game is so tiny that we don't care about saving and loading between game states. So I think, like, while thank you for your suggestion, that might be beyond the scope of the size of project that we're looking on right here. But worth considering for later, certainly. Okay, so we want to create a new body, but the only identifying factors for the bodies are the minds. Do we just want to take the first couple minds? And say the first 3 minds have bodies? Maybe. Let's give that a shot. So let's see. We're gonna say my mind equals And then we take all minds, and that's a list, right? I. And then, yes, good. My mind equals that. Clue first, clue second, clue third. We don't want those at the moment. Whoops. And then what we're going to do is we're going to say all minds I dot my body equals new body. And all minds I dot has body. What is it? Owns body. True. Let's do this. When we initialize owns body, how can we have a default initialization of false for this owns body variable? Because I want it to take has body. If has body is true, I want it to take has body. But if has body is not true, I want it to take false. So if we haven't defined has body, I want it to be false. How can we do that? Kitten You Drunk says, my head hurts already. Sorry, Kitten You Drunk. Fortunately, we're at the very end of our show today. We've done a lot of good work today. Which makes games chat. Good job. Bool has body equals false in parameters. Bool has body equals false. Like that. We're gonna save that, and then who knows? Okay, but we've created all the bodies. Okay. Let's take this debug mind stuff down here. Now that we've created all the bodies. So this is debug mind stuff. And then debug body stuff. Int body count. The body count equals 0 for each body in all bodies. Ooh! We didn't create an all bodies, so that's a problem. So hang on. Let's come back up here. Public list body. All bodies equals new list body. Okay, good. Okay, so now we're going through for each body and all bodies. Body count plus plus debug.log body number plus body count. And then debug.log mind, or let's say correct mind equals plus what is it, my body dot my mind body dot my mind dot first name plus space plus body dot my mind dot last name. There we go. I think that might work. Uh-oh, this is wrong. Okay, we'll deal with that later. Right. Build successful. Okay. Let's run it and see what happens. Here we go. Whoop, missed it. There we go. Plonk. So mine number 1 is Farkrada Ritchie. Mine number 2 is Michael Grigorovich. Mine number 3 is Adolf Jingles. My number 4 is John Paul Hammond. My number 5 is Michael Grigorovich. But it's not logging the mind. Why? It's not logging the bodies. Why not? Into body count for each body and all bodies. Oh, because there are no bodies in all bodies because I never added them. Okay, so all bodies dot add. Add a new body. There we go. Okay, but I unpause. Okay. Is this new? Kevin Norvasser, Farkrada Polsky, Dylan Jingles. Jingles comes up a lot. Daniel McNeil, and Nicholas Valrashi. Body number 1's correct mind is Kevin Norvasser, and that's mind number 1. Body number 2's correct mind is Farkrada Polsky, and that's mind number 2. And body number 3's correct mind is Dylan Jingles, and that's mind number 3. Look at that. All right, we've done it. Good job. Excellently done. So now we have in code the basic setup for identifying which mind and which body go together. We've created minds, we've created bodies, and we've added a lot to the game today. It's just not accessible in the game yet. So we've done a great job. Thank you all for your help. This has been a lot of fun. Oops. Great. So yeah, this is awesome. This is going really well, and I'm really having a lot of fun with Twitch Makes Games, and I hope that you all are also. 268 to about 300 people watching today, which is an awesome number for a game dev stream. So yeah, big shout out to Pickled Pac-Man and Finch256, my latest follower over here and my latest subscriber right up here. Huge thanks to the both of you. If you consider subscribing to the channel, it's $5 a month, about, and all of that goes to support me, or I think half of it, about, some amount of it goes to support me. Quad Zero, major shout out to you, my friends. There you go. If you don't want to subscribe, then hitting that follow button is a great way of contributing to the stream. And also just being here and participating, or just lurking and absorbing the knowledge that we're all building together is really fantastic. So thank you all for coming out and for contributing to the stream. That is really awesome. If you want to know more about me, you can find me elsewhere on the internet at Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. And that's going to do it for tonight. Have I ever considered doing one of these with Adam? I haven't, but primarily because this is super early. And I haven't started to really seriously consider doing any of these with anybody because I'm so new to it. But maybe it's worthwhile. Maybe it's worth thinking. Have a wonderful night, everybody. I will see you probably... We might do a West Marches prep stream sometime soon. You might see a little bit more of me to make up for the lack of roleplay streams, but definitely you'll see me Sunday when I'm going to play Nina Freeman's new game, Sibel, which I hear is just incredible and incredibly emotional. So I'm looking forward to that. that's it. I will find somebody to host, and then I will go offline.